Hello. It's wonderful to have you. Come on in. And you can just have a seat right there. So we spoke over the phone. My name is Melissa Wright. Excellent. Very good to meet you. Now, I know this is your first time here. Have you ever been to another financial planner's office before? Never? Okay. Very good. First time. So what brings you here today? So you're planning ahead for the future a little bit here. Alright, so you're interested in building your credit. Great. Well, that's always a very important decision to make. Can I ask, how old are you? Okay. And are you a college student? I thought so. Okay, very good. Yes, you are correct about that. We don't get too terribly many college students in here. Well, I'll start off by asking you a few questions, and we can kind of find out your direction from there, okay? So do you have any standing credit, or are you trying to start up from the bottom, or perhaps rebuild your credit? Just what's going on with that? Okay. No credit cards, okay. Do you have any payment plans outstanding, perhaps on an installment basis? No. Okay. Do you have student loans? You do. Okay. No. Now that's actually not anything to be concerned about as far as debt hurting your credit. The thing about student loans is they are considered a type of good debt. Kind of like you hear about good cholesterol and bad cholesterol. Debt is debt. It has to be paid back, but this actually helps your credit quite a bit, so that's good. That's very good. And I'll just ask a few more basic financial questions. Regarding your living arrangement, do you have a mortgage? Do you rent? Do you own? Okay, so you have an apartment. And how much is your rent on that? Okay. Have you ever missed a payment or had a late payment? No, very, very good. And also regarding your utility payments, water, anything like that, have you had any late payments on those? No? Wonderful. And anything else outstanding? Television, internet? Can you think of any late or missed payments that you've had? Never. Fantastic. Your parents must have taught you right. That's a very good thing. It can really hammer your credit to have one missed payment, so be very careful about that. And last thing, do you have a job right now? Okay. And how much do you make at that job? Alright. No, hourly is fine. And you work how many hours a week? Okay. Okay, very good. And the reason that we ask about that is, of course, you have everything else in line, but we have to make sure that you have a little bit of income here so that you can honor your obligations. It's very important if you're going to be building credit. But you do. So, looking at everything here, if you continue to do things the way that you're doing them, you're staying on top of your finances, making payments on time, things like this, then I would say that you're perfectly ready to begin building some credit, in addition to your student loans, of course. So what I would advise at this point is that you consider applying for a credit card. This is a really simple way to build some credit over time, just as long as you pay everything back immediately. So you would apply for a credit card, you get it, you put your regular expenditures on that card, and then you pay it off as soon as you get a chance. You have a bank card or a debit card, right? It's kind of like that. You would just spend the money, but it's going to be adding a little extra step. You have to make sure that you go home and pay it off immediately, and that way you never have to worry about interest or hurting your credit. This will only build it and show that you do have credibility. So would you be comfortable taking on a credit card? You would. Very good. And since you're already here, what I can do for you today is we can apply for a credit card for you. I can put in all of your information and we'll have an answer within 60 seconds if you go with my top recommendation for a student credit card. Yeah. There are specific credit cards out there that are tailored for college students trying to build their credit. Now, they generally don't have particularly high limits, but for day-to-day purposes and for building your credit, they're perfect. Let me tell you a little bit about the one that I would recommend for you. One of the things that any student loves about this, first of all, is there is no annual fee. So if you get this, you do not have to pay a fee. And it'll allow you to access your monthly credit score and sort of monitor your credit that way. You get 1% cash back on all of your purchases, plus a 25% bonus each month that you pay your bill on time, which is a huge bonus. It's wonderful. And there is no liability if your card gets lost or stolen. You can get texts and emails to help keep track. All these wonderful things. And you only need fair credit to get this card, which, based on what you've told me, I think you will more than meet. And this is a Capital One card. It's a Visa, so it should be good everywhere. No problem there. How does that sound? Great. Well, like I said, we can apply right now if you're interested. Okay, let's do it. So I'll just need to type in some basic information here. We'll submit it, and they'll get you an answer within about a minute. Okay. First of all, let me get your first name. Just go ahead and spell it out. I want to make sure that I have everything correct. Middle initial. Last name. What's your date of birth? Okay. Let me get your primary phone number. Sure, it's fine if it's a cell phone. Go ahead. Very good. Your email address, just spell it out, please. Okay. Very good. Now if you'll tell me your street address. Center, okay. And what is your apartment number? Very good. City, of course. Okay, state. And what's your zip code there? Alright. Let me get your employer's phone number. That's fine. Go ahead and look. Take your time. Got it? Go ahead. Thank you. Do you rent or own your home? We know rent. And I also have your rent payment. I'll go ahead and put that in. Total annual income, we calculated that earlier. Okay. Now, got your employment status. You are part-time, right? Yes. Would you be interested in blank checks for cash advances? No? Okay. And we know you have a checking account. Okay. Last but not least, very important, if you can give me your social security, that way they can get your credit score and decide if you're eligible for this card. Okay. I'll check and make sure everything's correct. Alright, I think we're ready. And I'm going to submit the application now. It's loading. We'll see you in a minute. And the anticipation killing you. Oh, okay. here it is. And you were approved. Okay, great. Excellent. Congratulations. So now, they have all of your information. They have your mailing address and your email address. They're going to send you some information immediately to your email address. Some basic instructions, some info, and also you can customize the card so it can look however you want it to look, which is nice. And then, of course, they're going to mail you a welcome packet and the card within about 7 to 14 days. You'll get that. And this will be an excellent way for you to begin to build your credit. Just please, please, please pay your bills immediately. As long as you pay them off right away, then you will build your credit and you'll never have a problem. Yeah, that's really it. It's pretty simple, huh? And there is one last thing I'd like to mention while you're still here. Regarding the student loans, of course, you know those are accruing interest. Do you have access to the website where you can make your payments? Have you been there? Have you familiarized yourself with it? You have. That's great. Okay. No, you'd be surprised how many people don't even know how to pay that. So, great. What I would recommend, in addition to building your credit, is if you can afford it, set aside a little bit of money from each of your paychecks and make a payment on those loans. Every little bit helps, and every bit that you pay off helps you to avoid that interest, which is key. And of course, you'll have to pay it off later. It'll definitely hurt your credit if you're late on those payments. So everything you can do now, there's no reason to wait until the loan period is up to start paying it back. You can start doing that now. So please keep that in mind. And if you do that with your credit card, then I think you'll be in good shape. I really do. And because I am a financial advisor, I should mention, earlier I said if you can afford it, set aside the money. Well, in my truest opinion, I think you should make yourself afford it. You'd be amazed where you can cut some money out of your budget every week. So consider, if you're the type of person to get the coffee before class, or if you like the name brand cereal, whatever it is, try to trim out a little percentage of your budget every week. And I think you'll find that you definitely can funnel that into paying off that loan and avoiding that interest. That would definitely be the best thing. Make sense? Okay, wonderful. Well, you are ship-shape. It was a pleasure meeting you. Well, thank you so much. And you're welcome to come back anytime. You can call and just make an appointment like you did this time, and I'd be happy to help you. Alright, great. Well, if that's it, then I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.